Some moves didn't just win games, they broke the rules. From instant snowball buttons to one-turn setups that warped entire formats, we're counting the attacks that reshaped how Pokémon is played. By the end, you'll know which moves still feels unfair, even after fixes, and why it hasn't truly been solved. Number 1. Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock places invisible stones on the field. Every time a Pokémon switches in, it takes chip damage based on how weak or resistant it is to rock. 4 times weak, about half your HP on entry. 2 times weak, about a quarter. Neutral, about an eighth. It punishes the core action of Pokémon, which is switching. 1 turn sets long-term pressure that snowballs every swap. It warps team building. Fire, ice, bug, flying, struggle, forces item choices like heavy-duty boots, and makes chip math the win condition instead of just raw trades. Across generations, Stealth Rock is near universal on serious single teams. Hazard control becomes mandatory, and many sweep paths rely on Rock Chip to turn 2 HKOs into clean KOs. The move isn't banned, but it is centralizing, and formats are balanced around its existence. Stop it before it lands, taunt the setter, or pressure it out. Bounce it back with Magic Bounce, clean the field with Rapid Spin or Defog, Chord Change flips hazards to their side, or ignore it entirely. Heavy Duty Boots takes the damage to 0. Number 2. Knockoff. Knockoff hits the target and removes its held item. If it removes the item, the hit is stronger. No item means no leftovers healing, no Heavy Duty Boots protection, no choice boosts, no Eviolite bulk. Items are the backbone of rolls. 1 click can delete a wall's recovery, a sweeper's power, or a pivot's hazard immunity. It's safe to spam, punishes switches, and pairs with hazards. Once boots are gone, Stealth Rock and Spike start shredding teams. Knockoff shows up on all kinds of teams and roles. Pivots, breakers, and even bulky mons, because it always trades up. It forces cautious switching and item economy play, where losing 1 key item can decide the game. Don't give it value. Switch in something that doesn't need an item. Block it outright with Sticky Hold. Swap to a Pokémon with a non-removable item, like Megas in the gens where they exist. Punish the hit. Rocky Helmet or Flame Body makes them pay for contact. Protect your key boots users. Bring them in only after hazards are cleared. Number 3. Spore. Spore puts the target to sleep. No damage, just instant sleep with 100% accuracy. A sleeping Pokémon can't act and may burn multiple turns doing nothing. 1 click removes a piece from the board. It lets setup sweepers get free turns, forces sacks, and breaks defensive cores. When a sleep move is this accurate, the risk is tiny and the payoff is huge. Sleep pressure from Spore shoves teams into awkward lines. You either sacrifice something or hand over momentum. Grass types and a few abilities limit it, but Spore users still force switches and create free setup windows. Lead with a grass type. They're immune to powder moves. Use safety goggles to ignore Spore entirely, or bring Overcoat or Sweet Veil to block sleep for yourself or the team. If something must sleep, choose a low value mon, so your win condition stays awake. Number 4. Scald. Scald is a water type attack with a strong chance to burn. Burn halves most physical damage and adds chip each turn. It's 2 tools in 1. Solid damage plus a crippling status. 1 lucky burn can neutralize a physical attacker, flip a matchup, or force a switch. Because it's safe to click in most positions, it becomes the default play. Low risk, huge payoff. For years, Bulky Waters used Scald to wall threats by fishing for burns, turning checks into hard counters. Entire lines were built around absorb 1 hit, burn, then win the exchange, which warped how physical teams played into these walls. As for counterplay, there are a couple of options. Use Water Absorb or Storm Drain to absorb the move. Send special attackers that don't care about the burn's attack drop. Bring Guts users who benefit from being burned. Keep Heal Bell, Aromatherapy, or Rest to clear the status. If you must risk it, pivot through a Regenerator wall to dilute the odds. Number 5. U-Turn and Volt Switch. Hit the target, then immediately switch out to a teammate. U-Turn is a physical bug. Volt Switch is special electric. You deal chip, scout what they do, and bring in the right answer, all in 1 move. It hands you free momentum. If they switch, you match the switch after seeing it. If they stay, you still keep initiative. With hazards up, Every pivot turn multiplies chip damage, turning safe plays into guaranteed progress. 2 or more users form a Volt Turn core that snowballs tempo. Volt Turn is a staple across formats. Offense uses it to feed breakers perfect entries, Balance uses it to control matchups, bulky pivots use it to cycle hazards and wear teams down while rarely giving a stuck position. These are your best bet against the dreadful duo. Bring a ground type to block Volt Switch. Punish contact on U-turn with Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin, Iron Barbs, or Static Flame Body. Use Volt Absorb or Lightning Rod or Motor Drive to flip Volt Switch into free value. Click Protect to deny their pivot and scout the next move. Stack hazards so every pivot hurts more than it helps. Number 6. Geomancy. Geomancy is a fairy type setup move that boosts special attack, special defense, and speed, all at once, by 2 stages. It normally takes 2 turns, but with Power Herb it fires instantly in 1. It turns a fair fight into a sweep in a single click. Double speed to outrun everything, huge special attack to nuke walls, and extra bulk to live counters. With Power Herb, there is almost no setup window to punish. Your answer must be ready before it happens. Xerneas built whole game plans around get 1 turn, win. Teams were forced to hold specific checks, steel types, phasing, priority, or risk losing on the spot. Even when scouted, the threat of an instant Geomancy shapes how players position. You can either deny the turn with Taunt or Encore, force it out with phasing moves like Roar, Whirlwind, or Haze, or remove the Power Herb early with Knockoff so it can't go instant. Number 7. Rage Fist. Rage Fist gets stronger every time the user is hit in battle. Each hit stacks power, turning a weak chip into a late-game nuke, especially on Annihilape, with bulk and recovery. It punishes the correct play. Hitting to wear it down only feeds the move. With bulk up or drain punch support, the user snowballs. More bulk, more healing, and a Rage Fist that starts 50 to 60 BP and ends at delete anything. Teams were forced to pack very specific answers or risk a 1 Pokemon sweep. Standard lines, pivot, chip, finish, backfire because every contact pumps its damage ceiling. Common counters included utilizing status moves early or relying on special attackers to avoid contact. Number 8. Last Respects. Last Respect is a ghost type attack that gets stronger for every fainted ally on your team. Early game it's mild. Late game it can blow through resists with raw base power. It punishes you for playing the game. As you lose teammates, the move turns into a guaranteed closer. Paired with good speed control or priority support, it erases standard endgame plans. 1 click, battle over. Endgame sweeps became too consistent. Sack, sack, sack. Then Last Respects to delete what's left. Teams were forced to keep specific ghost checks healthy and avoid trades they'd normally take, just to stop the inevitable finisher. Common counterplay included cutting it off before it scales, win early trades and deny sacks, use normal types or dark types to resist or block the hit, keep a bulky normal or priority user healthy for the endgame, apply status, which is burn or toxic, so it can't clean freely, force it out with phasing or pressure it with faster special attackers. Number 9. Population Bomb. Population Bomb hits up to 10 times in 1 turn. With accuracy support and damage boosts, those hits stack fast. Small chips add up to a KO. It turns setup into a guaranteed payoff. With loaded dice to push multiple hits and skill link style support for accuracy help, like wide lines or ally moves and doubles, 1 click can shred bulky walls and outpace recovery. Each hit also breaks Focus Sash and substitutes on the way. Once boosted, normal defensive plans collapse. Protect once, and you still eat the rest of the hits. Teams are forced into very specific counters or into denying setup turns entirely, because letting it click even once can decide the match. Cut the setup, taunt, strong pressure, or force it out. Use Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin, or Iron Barbs to punish every hit. Bring ghost types to block normal type variants altogether. Drop its power or accuracy. Burn, Intimidate, or Evasion accuracy control. If you must take it, pivot into high defense or resists to soak multiple hits. Number 10. Shedtail. Shedtail costs HP to create a substitute, then switches to a teammate. Your partner enters the field already protected by that sub. Free setup, free scout, 0 risk on the swap. It stacks 2 advantages in 1 turn, tempo and safety. You dodge status and chip while your win condition sets up. With hazards and screens, that free turn snowballs into a position the opponent can't claw back from. Shed Tail warped mid-game flow. Cyclist or Earthworm could pivot out while handing in a sweeper a shield. Standard answers: chip on the switch, status on entry fail when the receiver is already behind a sub. Hit the user before it clicks. Pressure or priority to keep its HP low so it can't afford the cost. Break the sub on entry with multi-hit moves or immediate pressure. Use Infiltrator to strike through the substitute. Force it out with phasing. Roar, Whirlwind, so the free turn disappears.